Hey guys, happy Thursday. Hope you guys had a good day yesterday. I hope that you got a chance to experiment, explore those links I put on Google Classroom for you for Wednesday. Today, we have, I like this lesson. This is a very fun lesson. We're going to model inheritance today. I'm actually going to tell you step by step a story, a love story between two mice. And you guys are going to try to model each generation, each step along the way. But first, let's go back to the reproduction work you did on Tuesday. There is a picture to the left. It shows a sea star reproducing. I want to know, is this an example of asexual or sex reproduction? And how do you know? And just do not forget that your homeschool connection number 3, that selfies and traits assignment is due Friday. You've had all week to do it. I expect that if you can't get all 5 pictures done, then you're doing at least 3 pictures with lots and lots of details and the traits that are similar and different. Pause me, answer this question, we'll keep going. Okay, after the science of the day today, we have some breakout rooms. I'm just going to read them to you, the directions. We're going to tell a story today, and I'm going to read that story to you piece by piece, okay? We really got to stick with it. And then your independent work, you have a couple questions, and you're going to go back to your initial model from Tuesday. This is Dr. Kenda Lynch. She's an astrobiologist, which is one of the coolest things. That means she studies life. Astro means like space. Bio means life. She studies life in space. That's the coolest. So she works for NASA. The thing that I think is the coolest is that now she goes out into like salt flats. Here's a picture of it here. And she studies the living things that live in these really salty places. And that's because when you go out into the solar system, places like Mars and other moons, there are these extremely salty, rocky areas. And Dr. Lynch wants to know what kinds of living things, we're talking about like microbes, single-celled bacteria and other single-cell organisms, what live in the mud in these areas. Because if we can understand those types of creatures, those types of living things, then we might be able to learn more about could these types of things live on Mars or in the soils of other terrestrial bodies or moons throughout the solar system or beyond. And so she can learn about extraterrestrial life by learning about really extreme life on Earth, which is just really cool. There's like a explained thing on Netflix. Go to Netflix, look at Explained. There's an extraterrestrial life explained, and she is like featured on that. So she's on Netflix. You can go watch her. Today in breakout rooms, we got 2 slides to work on. Here's the first one. I want to know, is it possible for 2 parents that have brown eyes have a baby with blue eyes? What do you think? Is that possible or not? Tell me if you think so. Then finish the sentence below. Our genes give us our... What are you gonna do to end that sentence? Next slide. Our chromosomes determine our biological sex, period. We have 23 pairs of chromosomes. 1 pair we call our sex chromosomes. They are X and Y. I'm a human man, and so I have an XY chromosome. Human women have 2 X's. So women, you can say, men, we can say, hey, we have an extra chromosome, so we're better than women because I don't know why that would be better, but we can brag we have an extra chromosome. But really, the Y chromosome is like this like terrible shriveled little chromosome. It isn't. The X chromosome is a big normal size chromosome. It's like really big, and the Y chromosome was another. Anyway, so that actually determines whether or not we're men or women. So I want you to look at these 3 models below here. And they're labeled A, B, and C, if you see. They're different colors. Each of them is a family tree. And each of them are showing a dad and a mom and a son. But look carefully at the X and the Y chromosomes. I'm telling you that human men have XY, human women have XX. Which of these models has to be the correct way of inheriting chromosomes? Look at each one carefully and decide which one is correct. Okay. Right. So here is the story. I'm going to make myself small. Put myself down here. All right. So I'm going to tell you a story. Each slide is a different step of the story, and then there are 3 slides where you have to pause and model. Okay, so part 1, the first generation. Bianca is a middle school student, and she wanted some pet mice. So she visited a pet store that only sold mice with white fur, and a different pet store that only sold mice with gray fur. This is important. Since Bianca couldn't decide which color she liked best, she bought one of each. Okay, she named the white fur mouse Snowball, and she named the gray fur mouse Ash. She brought him home. On the next slide, you're going to predict how many genes for fur color does Snowball have, and what genes does she have. So you think about how many genes does she have, and what genes does she have for Snowball and Ash on the next slide. So here you're going to use, I'm going to get myself out of the way, you're trying to put genes in Snowball and Ash's box. You're doing a first generation right now, first generation. So I want you to take the gray or the white. These are like in class we use slips of paper to represent genes. But here I'm just giving you, I can take out of the full screen here. Here we're just doing little rectangles. So if you think that Ash has a gray gene, you give him this one. If you think that Ash has 2 gray genes, you'd copy and paste. If you think that Snowball has a white gene or 2 white genes, you give her the white what is this, gene symbol, and you can copy them if you think there's 2, or if you think there's 1, or there's 3, etc. Okay, so that's how you model this slide. So that's what you're going to do now. You're going to think about it. Should Snowball and Ash have 1 or 2 genes for their fur color? We're only thinking about fur color. We're not thinking about eyes or feet or ears or anything like that. Make it easy. Come up with 1 trait. And then how many? So if Ash has 1, then is it the gray or white one? If Ash has 2, is it 1 gray and 1 white, or 2 gray? Think back again that they come from a place where only their whole family is only 1 color. All of Ash's ancestors, parents, grandparents, generations before, were all gray. Same thing with Snowball, but they were all white for Snowball. So what genes do you think they have? Okay, so actually we'll just tell you, Ash is going to have 2 copies of the gray gene, 1 from his mom and 1 from his dad. Remember, we always get 1 from each. And Snowball is going to have 2 copies of the white gene, 1 from mom, 1 from dad. Okay, that's going to be important. We got to know that there's 2 each. Okay, let's keep going. So now, next generation. Next slide, next step in the story. Soon after Bianca brought Snowball and Ash home, Snowball became pregnant and had many. Don't know how to cancel a phone call. Sorry, guys. It's actually an old teacher calling me. Soon after Bianca brought Snowball and Ash home, Snowball became pregnant and had many baby mice. What color do you think they're going to be? And now show them on here. So you actually have predicted this on Tuesday, but now you're going to show. Now we know, let me get my face out of the way again. Now we know Snowball and Ash's genes. Here they are, 2 white, 2 gray. What genes is the second generation going to have? These boxes are showing the genes, so drag down the genes at each step. Go ahead and pause me and give it a shot. Okay, I'm hoping that you've made your predictions because we'll keep going in the story, okay? So Snowball and Ash were very happy, and they went on to have 100 different offspring. Wow. Here's the thing, though. All 100 offspring had gray fur. How did that happen? Show this on your model. Okay, so if I assume you tried already, so I'll walk you through this. Ash must have passed on a gray gene to every baby. Every baby gets a gene from dad for fur color. But the only gene that dad could send on is a gray gene. Oops. Same thing for mom. Snowball is mom, and she's going to give one of her genes to each of her babies. But she only has a gray gene. I'm sorry, she only has a white gene. And so each of her children is going to get a white gene. Okay? Okay, so they actually all have one gray and one white gene. That's what they have. We actually can call these alleles. They have one gray allele and a one white allele. And I think we'll define those tomorrow. So the interesting thing is, all of these babies, like we said here on this slide 14, all of these babies are gray. It's crazy. How did that happen? They each have a gray and a white gene. Maybe you guys on Tuesday predicted that they would be like half gray, half white. Maybe you said they would be light gray. Maybe you said they'd be gray with white dots or white with gray dots. Those are the options I gave you, I think. But they're not. They're not. They are all dark gray, same color as Ash. Look at them right here. They're all gray, the same as Daddy's, same as Ash's color. Interesting. Okay. So let's move on. Let's think about the third generation. So Snowball and Ash grew up together and they no longer had baby mice. However, two of their offspring, let's use that word, Smokey and Cloud. Let's go back here. Here's Smokey and here's Cloud. Excuse me, Smokey and Cloud. Two of their offspring, Smokey and Cloud, where are we at? They grew up and they began having offspring of their own. Now, technically, Smokey and Cloud are siblings. However, they're also mice. So before you start judging them for things that you would judge humans by, but like if you knew somebody was having babies with their sister, that might be a problem, and you might want to judge them because that is something that we don't do as humans. However, mice do a lot of things that we don't do. You know, mice eat their own poop. They get extra nutrients out of the poop by eating it twice. You know any humans who eat their poop? No. Humans usually wear clothes and pants, and if they don't, you might think they're crazy. Do mice wear pants? No. So don't judge mice for eating their poop, not wearing pants, or growing up and reproducing with whoever's around, even if they happen to be related. So the goal now is we know each of these here. You guys can go ahead and fill in the second generation already because you know what they are. And then think about the third generation. Let's see. We know Smokey and Cloud each have one gray and one white. What color? These are the parents. You see this line here? These are the parents now for these four babies. What colors will these four babies be? And what genes might they have? What colors could they be? And what genes will they have? Let's keep reading. Some of Smokey and Cloud's offsprings have white fur. So if you haven't shown this yet, some of them are going to have white fur, you guys. About a quarter of them have white fur, and 3/4 of them have gray fur. If you look at this picture, I kind of got to look at my screen, but yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 gray and a white. 1, 2, 3 gray and a white. 1, 2, 3 gray and a white. About 3/4 of them are gray and 1/4 is white. Go back. Use your model to explain how this happened. You can pause me right now, but I'll walk you through it. Okay, so Smokey and Cloud are each giving genes to their babies, right? Smokey could give a gray gene. This baby could have gotten a gray gene from mom. This baby could have gotten a gray gene from mom. But Smokey also equally could have given off a white gene. So half of her babies are going to get a white gene from her. Half of her babies are going to get a gray gene for her. That's possible. What about Cloud? Cloud could give a gray gene. Oops. Cloud could give a gray gene. So this baby could have gotten a gray from each. This baby could have gotten a gray from mom and a white from dad. This baby could have gotten a white from mom and a gray from dad. And this baby could have gotten a white from each. These are actually the 4 different possible ways that Smokey and Cloud can pass on their genes. They could each give a gray, they could each give a white, or they could each give a gray and a white. And there's 2 options. It could be like gray from Smokey, white from Cloud, or white from Smokey, gray from Cloud, just like they're shown here. So these are the 4. Now we know if you have 2 gray genes that your fur color is gray. And now we know that if you have a gray and a white gene, your third color is still gray. That's crazy. So these 1, 2, 3 mice are all going to be gray. And that's a third, or sorry, 3/4 of all their babies, Smokey and Cloud's babies. But there's a possibility now, a 1 in 4 chance that the baby gets a white gene from Cloud and Smokey, and that baby has white fur. So that is now new. Okay, so in your independent work, I want you to answer these 5 questions. I've given you sentence starters for each one, so you can totally do this. Then slide 22 just says that slide 21 says that slide 22 is your initial model. I want you to update this. Now, you did this on Tuesday, but chances are it wasn't perfect, so make it perfect now. Show me the genes in the box and the babies over here. Copy and paste them all just like you did on Tuesday. Hey guys, that's it. Don't forget that your homeschool connection is due tomorrow. So if you got to go and take a selfie with your mom, do that now. Otherwise, we're done.